Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News Broadcast. 联合早报 reports that Iran's parliament speaker, Kolibov, has warned that the country will close the strategically vital Strait of Hormuz again if the United States persists with its blockade of Iranian ports. In a post on social media platform X early Saturday, Kolibov emphasized that passage through the strait is subject to Iran's authorization. This warning comes after U.S. Central Command Commander Cooper stated on April 17th that the U.S. military possesses sufficient resources to continuously monitor and blockade ships entering and exiting Iranian ports via the Strait of Hormuz. Cooper affirmed that this blockade would remain effective as long as the president orders its maintenance. Concurrently, U.S. President Trump posted on social media, asserting that the U.S. would maintain its naval blockade against Iran until our deal with Iran is 100% complete. The exchange highlights escalating tensions between the two nations regarding maritime control and economic sanctions. According to a report from Zio Sabah, former U.S. President Donald Trump expressed optimism on April 17th regarding ongoing talks between the United States and Iran. Trump claimed to have personally spoken with Iranian officials and confidently predicted that an agreement between the two nations would be reached within the next 1 or 2 days. He further asserted that Iran had agreed to everything and committed to cooperating with the U.S. to remove its enriched uranium stockpile. While Trump's statements to media outlets like Axios and CBS News conveyed a highly positive outlook, several U.S. officials and sources briefed on the U.S.-Iran negotiations told Axios that despite significant progress and the nearing completion of a 3-page peace blueprint, substantial disagreements on key issues still persist. The proposed deal reportedly involves the U.S. unfreezing $20 billion in Iranian assets in exchange for Tehran relinquishing its enriched uranium. Trump maintained that U.S. ground forces would not be involved in the retrieval, stating, "Our people would collect and transport the materials to the U.S." Negotiations between the United States and Iran to end the conflict are reportedly at a critical stage. U.S. President Donald Trump, in a social media post, indicated that representatives from both sides are expected to meet this weekend, with hopes for an agreement within 1 or 2 days. Senior Tehran officials also confirmed the possibility of signing a preliminary agreement in the coming days. This initial deal aims to extend the current ceasefire and pave the way for future talks on sanctions relief and war reparations. However, significant disagreements persist, particularly concerning Iran's nuclear program. Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson, Baghai, firmly rejected suggestions to transfer 60% enriched uranium out of the country, declaring it sacred. This stance directly opposes President Trump's earlier remarks about the U.S. assisting in removing enriched uranium from Iranian facilities. Adding to the complexities, internal divisions within Iran have emerged regarding the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. While Foreign Minister Araghchi had announced its opening to all commercial vessels, this decision faced strong criticism from state-backed media. Notably, Supreme Leader Mojtaba reportedly asserted that the strategic strait should remain closed, emphasizing its crucial role in wartime. This news comes from Du Si Wan. UPI reports that South Korea's government announced a significant emergency support package of 462.2 billion won, equivalent to $308 million, for small businesses and exporters. This initiative is a direct response to the ongoing challenges posed by the prolonged Middle East conflict, which has led to soaring raw material costs and increased logistics expenses due to shipping delays. Han Suk, the Minister of SMEs and Startups, personally visited South Gyeongsang Province to assess local business conditions and assure swift policy implementation. Her pledges include extending policy loan maturities and expanding emergency financing. With a goal to disburse over 90% of the relevant supplementary budget for logistics by June, the support is part of a larger 1.69 trillion won supplementary budget, underscoring the government's commitment to creating a closely woven support safety net and mobilizing all available policy tools to help affected firms. The Shenzhou XXI mission crew successfully completed their third spacewalk early on Friday morning from China's Tiangong space stations, as announced by the China Manned Space Agency. Mission Commander Senior Colonel Zhang Lu and spaceflight engineer Major Wu Fei spent approximately 5.5 hours outside the station, returning to the Wenqian Science Module at 1:36 a.m. Payload specialist Zhang Hongzhang provided support from inside. Their operations included installing space debris shields and inspecting extravehicular equipment, aided by ground controllers and a robotic arm. This spacewalk marks the 27th for Chinese astronauts overall, and Zhang Lu's 7th, making the 49-year-old a new record holder for the most spacewalks by a Chinese astronaut. He previously performed 4 spacewalks during the Shenzhou XXI mission in 2022. The Shenzhou XXI arrived on November 14, has been on the Tiangong station for over 5 months, conducting scientific experiments and routine maintenance. The mission will be extended by approximately 1 month to further validate long-duration manned spaceflight technologies and utilize supplies from the uncrewed Shenzhou spaceflight, which delivered necessities following a previous incident. China Daily. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.